What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue, and I hope you're all doing well today. After farming far too many Primalist Invasions, I have finally gotten the new Heirloom Trinket, Unstable Elemental Confluence. This video is a showcasing of the trinket, and if I think it's really worth farming. Up front, I will say it is definitely not nearly as strong as the Legion Pre-Patch dungeon event trinkets were if you happen to collect those in the past. But it is moderately useful, and none of the other heirloom trinkets are really that good nowadays anyhow if you didn't get those ones from Legion, so it's better than nothing. That, and with the release of the Dragonflight Pre-Patch, Blizzard has changed the level and rate that heirlooms scale as you go from levels 1 through 59. So it seems like it should be pretty good enough while leveling, and especially once you get to the 40 to 59 bracket. To get this trinket, you'll need to collect 4 dimmed primeval items, one for each element of the Primalist Invasion bosses. This means you'll need a dimmed primeval storm, earth, fire, and water. If you need a rundown of the pre-patch Primalist Invasion event, then I recommend checking out the video I put up just a day or two ago on the subject, as I'm trying to keep this video focused on just the main topic. I will give you a quick TLDR though. Kill the Primal Invasion bosses until you get lucky and they drop the items that you're missing. You can kill the invasion bosses multiple times per day if you want, and I recommend looking in the group finder section under the custom tab to see if other people are in a different phase of the zone that you're currently fighting in, because you can basically hop between those phases to rack up your boss kills really quickly until you get all 4 of the dimmed primeval items. The invasions will reset every 3 or so hours, so if you're missing a particular primeval element, then you'll want to keep an eye out for that specific primeval element storm. The items that you need are also account bound, so if you accidentally get one that you're missing on a different character, then just mail it to whomever has the other ones on your account. Once you collect all 4, you'll combine the items by right-clicking on them and turning it into the Unstable Elemental Confluence, and it has this really frickin' cool animation when you do it, so this trinket has to be super OP, right? Like, why would they bother coding in a special animation for it? Not so much. Even if you upgrade this heirloom trinket to its maximum rank by using an eternal heirloom armor casing, it caps out at item level 183. The trinket gives straight primary stat and is usable by any class in the game, and has a very vague tooltip. Spells and abilities have a chance to usher in primal magics, dealing damage to enemies and buffing allies. Well gee, that almost describes like, what, 90% of the things that you even do in World of Warcraft or any other MMORPG ever, basically. So, after spending a few hours of this afternoon on a target dummy, yes, literally, that's what I did with my afternoon, here's how this trinket works. Using abilities has a chance to proc the trinket, which causes 4 elemental balls to swirl around you, one for each of the elements that makes up the trinket: storm, earth, fire, and water. They'll fly up into the air and either land on enemies nearby, or will land on you and other party members if they're reasonably close by. Each elemental ball will do the same damage, but they are listed as different elemental schools in your damage meters if you have any of those installed. The fireball is naturally doing fire damage, the water ball is frost, which makes sense, the storm ball is nature damage, again, totally reasonable, and then the earth ball is, holy damage? Whatever, it doesn't matter much as, again, they all do the same damage, and at item level 183 on a level 60 character, it was about 1600 damage per hit if it didn't critically hit. When these orbs hit you or an ally, however, things change up a little. Oh, and these orbs randomly pick who and what they'll hit, but it does seem to frequently enough make sure you're the recipient of at least one buff. The buffs last for 10 seconds, and each elemental ball that hits a friendly player gives a specific secondary stat to that player. Storm gives haste, fire gives critical strike, earth gives versatility, and water gives mastery. At the maximum trinket item level of 183, these buffs are a whopping 96 secondary stat each. Again, since this trinket only scales to level 59 technically, it really isn't going to help you out from level 60 and beyond. The proc rate is also super janky, as I've had some instances where it takes a minute or more of constant attacking on a target dummy to get a proc, and other times where I get 3 or 4 procs back to back. To be as fair as possible though, since this is an heirloom, I did test this trinket on a level 10 character, level 41, and at level 56, as it frankly seems useless at level 60, and it kind of is. It also didn't seem very impressive on really low level characters either, since it doesn't proc often and most things you're attacking will die by the time it procs anyhow, unless you're just beating up a target dummy to see what happens. For the level 41 and 56 characters I tried though, it seemed pretty okay, though again the proc rate was kinda all over the place. The damaging hits when added up seem to be at best about like 4.5% of my overall damage while beating up a pair of target dummies, at least on my Fury Warrior. Maybe it'll be more beneficial on other classes, but I don't really have any other ones I need or plan to level. Overall, unless you really just want to collect everything ever and don't want to miss anything from the pre-patch event because of fear of missing out, the unstable Elemental Confluence doesn't exactly seem like some new secret Giga OP leveling heirloom or anything of the sort, though I'm sure someone will put a thumbnail out there that says something dumb like that. However, most other heirloom trinkets that are still accessible in-game are pretty bad though, or not very useful in general as far as damage, so arguably it's probably one of the better ones out there, I guess, technically. Maybe I'll goof around with it some more and see if I can find some situation where it is really good, but for now it seems like a solid Anyways folks, I hope this quick rundown of the new Heirloom Trinket saves you some time, or at least lets you know what's waiting for you once you're done farming the hell out of those Primal Invasions. If you find any good uses for this thing, or just see a particular class or spec that it seems pretty good on, then let me know in a comment below. As always, my appreciation and gratitude to all of my viewers, patrons over on Patreon, and Twitch subs. You folks all help make these Shiba Shenanigans possible. Thank you all so very much for watching. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.